Dana Piers, the chairman of the Calgary Stampede. Dana joins us now, and the mayor talking about it, a gut punch, but the right thing to do. Dana, just walk us through what these last few weeks have been what they've been like for you and your team.
Sure. Well, we've been working closely with the city, of course, as well as SEMA and our provincial partners, AHS, really to stay on top of what the situation has been as it's developed, to understand what the impact is. As I said yesterday, the impact is far greater than just our not-for-profit. Certainly, we know that it has a substantial economic impact from a city, provincial, and really the entire country of Canada.
It was nice to hear you say that the Stampede will be back. It was really tough to listen to some of those people who obviously rely so heavily on the Stampede every year and the uncertainty for their businesses. What do you think puts the Stampede in a position where, because there's some events right now, just by not having holding their event this year, that impacts the financials for next year, and then they have a tough choice to make in 2021. What's different about the Stampede?
Well, I think that we have a long history. We've had to pick ourselves up and dust ourselves off a few times before. We'll do that again. I think that, we're no different than anybody else. This will have a huge economic impact on this organization, as it does our community and our partners. But we're going to get through this together.
Is there anything you're thinking about just in terms of, as we take a look at some of the numbers? I mean, it's simply astounding. We talked about that economic benefit of more than $500 million and 3,500 workers that are hired and more than 1 million people who come. And if we're talking about the greatest outdoor show on earth, it's hard to take something like that online. But is there anything you can think about in this challenging period about what maybe you could do in the interim? Anything else? Anything that could potentially support those involved, or maybe those who want to support even if the event itself isn't happening? Anything you're thinking about on that front?
Well, what I could tell you at the moment is that our 2,500 passionate volunteers have been coming forward. They've expressed that they want to be involved. They want to be involved with the community. They want to be involved with the Calgary Stampede. And we're looking at a number of ideas that many of our volunteers have brought forward, that we've been thinking about ourselves as an organization. And we want to make sure that our Stampede spirit, our community spirit, that Calgary's so well known for, continues to live on throughout this difficult year. And I have no doubt we'll find some ways to make it all work. And when the time's right, we will come together again at Stampede Park and celebrate.
In terms of this question around aid, we've talked a lot about it. Certainly in the province of Alberta, we've talked about aid directed, for example, at the energy industry. Are there any conversations being had with Ottawa on getting assistance, for example, from the federal government in dealing with the fact that now you can't, for the first time, host the Stampede?
Well, I think what I can say is we're certainly, sharing our circumstances with our partners at the federal government and making them aware of where we're at. I can't say that at this point in time that we know of any aid that's coming our way, but we certainly hope that we'll be able to see some aid from the federal government.
Feels like Calgary, but obviously a lot of people across the country need something to smile about, but obviously the folks in your city do as well. What are you going to be doing in the days ahead? What would be one positive story you might share at a time of so much uncertainty?
Sure. Well, there's been so many, positive stories, even since yesterday's announcement. The support from our volunteers, from our employees, has been quite remarkable. I mean, this has been a very difficult time for everybody. and even at a time when we had to make the difficult decision to lay off 80% of our workforce, we had some of our employees at that time even asking if they could stay on and continue to work for free. It says a lot about the organization. It says a lot about our community, and so there has been a lot of good stories. And again, our volunteers have been passionate and have clearly communicated that they want to get involved.
All right, Dana. Hey, thanks. I know it's been a busy time. Appreciate you spending some time with us this morning.
Well, thank you very much. Have a good day.
That's Dana Piers, chairman of the Calgary Stampede.